In the early 2010s, creatives and technologists advocated for the vital need to take a mobile-first approach in web design and development. Now, to elevate brands, expand customer bases, and improve user experiences, the imperative to take a digital accessibility-first approach must be championed. It's unmistakable that the world has a greater reliance on the web, app, and online services. This demand means that equal access to information for all is more critical than ever before. Making a commitment to accessibility can feel daunting. Embracing it is liberating and good for business.
So 25% of individuals around the world actually have some form of disability. In the United States, that actually translates to about 61 million individuals with disabilities. 30% of working people actually have some form of disability. Many who don't currently exhibit any type of disability can start to experience new disabilities over time.
Disabilities can be situational, temporary, or permanent. There are a lot of times when you don't know when the person you are trying to communicate content to or engage in your programs is accessing that information. On the left-hand side, you have a compliance approach. It's important to not stop there and move towards an inclusive practice. Because otherwise, it just won't be sustainable.
71% of individuals with disabilities will abandon a website that's difficult to use. But this lack of accommodation kind of increases the time and effort and puts an undue burden on the individual with disabilities, because it is now on them to find an alternate means to address their needs.
Maybe it's not perfectly accessible, but a lot of times the website is probably closer to accessible than it realizes. And sometimes that can mean moving things around, which from a screen reader point of view is sometimes quite disorienting. It's like when, if you wake up and your children have played a prank on you by moving all the furniture around, my children would definitely do that. So.
Would say, yeah, we care more about community building and being more inclusive than excluding anyone. Audience members will have 3 primary takeaways from our panel. 1, they will gain an understanding of digital accessibility basics and why it matters so much to improving your user experience and expanding your customer base. 2, learn simple and meaningful steps you can take now to accurately measure the accessibility health of your brand, website, app, and all your digital assets. 3, by focusing on digital accessibility challenges, it'll generate more creative ideas, drive innovation, and foster a more adaptable problem-solving culture.